Previously on Knocker Reviews.
I recently got this in the mail with a strange letter inside. I don't know who it's from, but apparently someone wants me to review these 6 games from the Wii Series. Wii Sports is the embodiment of the 7th console generation, which cannot be recreated in the modern game industry. It just seems that Nintendo tried to strike lightning twice by copying the same formula for Wii Sports and slightly altering it. Damn! I have a migraine! No worries. I'm starting to notice that as I move forward, every game slowly gets worse. What the? Why am I not in my bedroom? What are the Wii games doing on the floor? Wait a minute. Why are these goggles on my head? I don't want them on right now. It's no use. There's nothing I can really do since I'm stuck to this stupid couch. Let's continue on with the review, shall we? Wii Music is infamous for not just being the most hated game in the Wii series, but one of the worst games Nintendo has ever made. Come on, it can't be that bad, right? This was one of my favorite games as a kid. But now that I'm a full-grown adult...
Oh my god, where do I even begin with this masterpiece? This is my go-to video game when it comes to music. Who needs a Guitar Hero when you have a game that lets you play dozens of different instruments? Oh man, performing songs with other people in the band is so fantastic. Let me tell you, it's stupidly simple but so much fun. I don't care how easy it is to mess up the pitch while moving the remote and nunchuck. I'm getting an experience that I would never have in real life. But you want to know what the best part about all this is? After your performance, the game automatically makes a cool music video of it for you to watch in all of its glory. I have a soft spot for games where I can take my time to customize the mundane things such as the album covers in here. I remember making them so much as a kid. No matter how nonsensical, they were just so cool to look at in a gallery after making dozens of them, you know? Anyways, let's say that playing songs over and over gets boring for you. No worries, because there are fun rhythmic mini-games to play. I spent so much time playing through them as a kid with all the fun levels and the satisfying sound effects that played when you were successful. It's been 10 years and I'm still blown away. This game is so good that it didn't need a sequel. Look at the score the players gave it on Metacritic. You know, if we're doing this by the rules of golf, and this is the best Wii Series game ever, it's okay to enjoy something no one else does, you know?
What was that? Did I just get a wave of nostalgia? I haven't felt like that in a long time, and now it's gone. God damn it! Something's not right. Whoever sent me this package must be really serious about me getting this job done. Clearly, he must have had something to do with me being out of my room, right? Whatever. But hey, at least there's something far better than that mediocrity. Wii Sports Resort. The sequel to the first game in the Wii series, which is one of my all-time favorite games. I can't wait to play this again.
Coming out 3 years after the original, Wii Sports Resort is a massive upgrade. This is the only sequel in the Wii series I'm covering in this review because it feels like a fully fleshed out game more than just a simple expansion. Now, there are 12 sports, more than double of the original game. The theme of being on a tropical resort allows for it to have a more diverse variety of sports as well. All of these sports have multiple modes to them, which opens up more options for fun, but for the sake of time, I'll be going over only one mode at a time, starting with sword play. This is one of my favorite sports to play, and even today, it's still awesome. I have a soft spot for games where you can play as sword-wielding characters, like Shulk in Xenoblade Chronicles. But here, that awesomeness is turned to 11. Now I have a powerful weapon in my hand, and it makes me feel like a badass when I'm controlling it. The combat is more defensive than the aggressive nature of lightsaber battles, and I like that. There is something satisfying about waiting for your opponent to open up their guard and giving you a chance to strike them. Going back to the sport shocked me for one particular reason. The motion controls in Wii Sports Resort are more accurate than I remember. Granted, the accessory it was originally bundled with, the Wii Motion Plus, did just that. Nowadays, all new Wii remotes have it inside of them. But it's crazy to think that Nintendo went at the extra mile to improve the control itself in the middle of the Wii's life cycle. Next, there is wakeboarding, which is a simple yet exhilarating sport. Here, you need to ride the waves generated by the boat you are tethered to, and every time you successfully land on them, your score increases. Extending my combo by consistently landing on them is exciting, and makes it even more disappointing when I miss my shot. The only real problem I have with the sport is that you have to be really precise with your timing when landing on the waves correctly. There isn't as much room for error as there should have been. Then, for a more frustrating sport, there is Frisbee. This is one of my least favorite sports in the entirety of Wii Sports Resort. By pulling back the Wii remote and flicking it, you throw a Frisbee at a dog for him to catch. Depending on where he lands in the invisible target on the sand, you get a certain amount of points. In theory, this seems like an understandable and relaxing addition, but in actuality, it isn't. The biggest problem is that to get the angle that I want, I have to straighten the Wii remote while also pulling it back. It's awkward and not as comfortable as I would have liked. The good news though is that spending bonding time with the dog is adorable. For those of you who don't know, my favorite sport to play in real life is basketball. So imagine how thrilled I was when I found out it was included in Wii Sports Resort. Going back to it now was a lot of fun, especially when I successfully made shots into the basket. While only having a team of 3 people is small, that simplicity allows it to focus on the core gameplay and enjoyment of basketball for people who aren't that athletic like me. The only real flaw with this version of basketball is the shooting itself. Getting the right angle to shoot the ball over your head and make it into the basket is inconsistent. Yes, it's functional, but at the same time it doesn't feel right to me. But the best part is the results music with how catchy and energetic it is. You know what? I'm going to dance to it right now. Anyways, let's get this over with. Power cruising is the worst sport in Wii Sports Resort in my opinion. In the rest of the game, the motion controls were decent, if not tolerable. But I'm sorry, playing through this one really irritated me. I couldn't get the damn thing to boost half the time because the flicking motion didn't register properly. You know, if I want to play a water sport, I'd rather play wakeboarding, or the next one I'm going to talk about. Yep, you guessed it, canoeing. All you have to do here is paddle your canoe fast enough to make it to the end of the course before time runs out. It's short, it's like vanilla ice cream. It's very basic, yet still enjoyable all the way through. All you need to do is move your Wii remote in an arc to control your paddle and the direction of the canoe. There is absolutely no problem with the motion controls in this sport, and I am super thankful for that. Second to last, there is cycling. Alongside 29 other cyclists, you travel on the roads of Woohoo Island with your bike. You have to get as close to the top while reaching towards your destination as possible, and that is way more difficult than it sounds. It's really frustrating to stay straight because you have to constantly move the Wii remote and nunchuck at a weird angle to bring your Mii back to the center. And since you have an energy meter, failing to pace your pedaling results in your Mii running out of breath for a short time. I definitely felt the tension that came from competing with the other racers, don't get me wrong, but having the lack of control made cycling less intuitive to play than it should have been. Finally, there is the island flyover mode in air sports. This is a fan favorite for those who have played with Sports Resort, and I can definitely agree. There's something so relaxing about taking in the spectacle that is Woohoo Island and discovering new landmarks. Discovering the new eye points and adding them to the collection gives me a reason to want to come back besides just messing around in a plane. However, it can be a little annoying sometimes to have to jab the Wii remote forward to boost, as well as getting the harder to find eye points. Other than that, Island Flyover is amazing. In fact, it was so good that it got expanded upon the free flight mode in Pilot Range Resort, where you have a variety of aircraft to choose from besides just the plane. You know, as great as this game is, there's one major gripe I have about it. All of the returning sports from the original have been downgraded tremendously in my opinion. First off, what the hell happened to bowling? That was my favorite sport in the original. I thought, this sport was really simple to play, there's no way it could be ruined. Well, I was wrong. Now if you try to throw the ball the same way you did in the original, the game laughs at you. Also, for some godforsaken reason, the bowling ball always veers off to the left or right when you throw it. It never goes straight. Not only that, but tennis was scrapped and replaced with table tennis. I mean, yeah, the motion control is more accurate and it's more fun to play, but seriously? They have actual tennis courts on Woohoo Island. Was it really that hard not to bring it back in the sequel?
And don't even get me started on golf, because it is a freaking dumpster fire. But who cares about that, right? Check this out. They had a whole single-player adventure mode to solo play. I remember those days of how much fun I had, frantically swinging around the Wii remote and destroying all the Miis. Oh, and that archery was so fun, since I needed the nunchuck to pull back to make a shot. It was like I was actually at a summer camp without leaving my house. Oh, come the hell on! How can I fall for such tomfoolery a second time? Who's doing this to me? I need to know!
Hello. I see that you want to start my request early. Is that correct?
Who is this? Where's this voice coming from?
That information is not important for you to know. And I am inside your head. You asinine excuse of a human being? Now, you still have a job left to do, my friend. There's only one game left.
No, I'm not touching any more of the series if you're gonna play tricks on me!
Relax. I don't have any left for you.
I mean, shouldn't I have someone else to play this next game with? It is a party game after all.
Why bother? Reaching out to anyone else is pointless with your situation. Besides, you started this process off by yourself. Finish it that way.
Well, if you insist. I can't believe I'm listening to this mysterious voice in my head. Have I finally gotten insane? Wii Party has by far the most content out of the entire Wii series. So much in fact that I don't even know where to begin talking about this game. Let's see. Oh wow, 30 to 45 minutes? That's longer than the length of this review. I don't have time to play that. 60 minutes? That's even worse. Come on, there has to be something quick that I can go over. None of these games are gonna cut it, especially since I'm all alone. Well, I'll just go over the minigames then. I mean, hey, those are the things that make or break these party games, right? Anyways, these minigames are the best part of Wii Party, in my opinion. There is so much variety between all of them, and the motion controls used are the most refined in the entire Wii series. Granted, I'm not surprised because this came out in 2010, which was late into the Wii's life cycle, but I still appreciate it, even if most of the time you're just doing simple motions with the Wii remote. Similar to Wii Play, some of the minigames have a high replay value by emphasizing getting a high score. However, there are set ones by the game developers for you to beat right out of the get-go. Therefore, Nintendo implemented a high replay value into this game excellently, and I'm happy for that. But the best part about these minigames is that while most of them are not luck-based, the exceptions are still enjoyable. Thank God. RNG is the #1 thing that I hate about party games like these. Thankfully, there's other content for you to play if you want something different than the minigames, but don't have the time to play through the main modes. These are puzzle-focused, making them a surprising departure from the fast-paced minigames normally seen in Wii Party. At first, they seem like they don't fit in at all, but playing through them proved me wrong. Now, there's one minigame that I dreaded playing when I was younger, and I avoided as much as possible: crybabies. Okay, I'm going to play through this again. Hopefully that level of torturing is enough to let me finally stop reviewing this stupid Wii series. Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta go back to playing Octopath Traveler on my Nintendo Switch. You kidding me? Why can't I take out the Wii Party disc?
Isn't it obvious? You barely scratched the surface. You must continue and show off the rest of Wii Party, like you did for the other games.
I already did enough of this series, so if that's not enough for you, I quit. Well, if you're so confident in making me do this job, then prove that you're not just messing with my head. Show yourself!
It feels so good to finally see you in person, Mr. Zachary. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khalidi, the ruler of the Omega Dimension. The wind from my portal was so strong that it cut some of your hair off.
Wait, why are you in my head? And how do you know my name?
I am thrilled to answer those questions for you. You see, I am a deity that can possess the minds of multiple people at once. By doing so, I get the energy required to have the physical form that you see right now. Speaking of which, I've been gathering energy from several YouTube content creators, including you. I am the one to blame for the unpredictable algorithm on YouTube, with all of the tweaks I've made to it over the last few years. While my victims take advantage of it and obey me, you haven't with your infrequent content. So I came up with a perfect plan. I wanted to bring you back to your childhood, so I got all of these Wii Series games for you to take a look at. I wanted to expose you the truth of how underwhelming these games are, no matter how nostalgic you may be for them. So at the right moment, I sent a neurotoxin to your head. Those few moments you had left before you were knocked out were perfect for those hypnogoggles to be stuck on your head.
How dare you? You wanted to take the one thing that I had left? Out of the crap storm? That was my childhood? All for what?
Well, by doing this, I would give you no choice but to obey me. Imagine how successful you would be if you uploaded daily Fortnite content, or quick rants promoting negativity. Wouldn't it be nice to finally reach that level you've dreamed of since childhood? The high views and sub counts. You want that, right? Now, Zachary, I'm going to give you one last chance. Will you accept the truth that you're just nostalgic for the series? And allow me to help you kickstart your YouTube channel?
Are you out of my mind? Never! Do you realize what I went through my whole life? The Wii Series was the one thing that kept me sane through this dark time. I want to express myself through high quality content. I will not go with the corporate crap that YouTube has become these days.
I guess I have no choice but to force you to listen. Damn, I'm out of energy. Well, I guess I'll kill the channel the old-fashioned way, by destroying its creator! Come on, son. This is too easy. Throw at me everything you've got.
Listen to me, Clay. You've tormented millions of channels with their corruption and greed. I will defeat you today, Khalidi! You hear me?
For being so determined to defeat me, you're doing a horrible job trying. How ignorant can you be, Mr. Zachary? My armor is purely made out of obsidian ore. There is no way that you could break through it with your pathetic strength. There is no way that you'll be able to get up with the force of that punch.
The anger that I've been struggling to deal with my whole life. The thing that's built up inside me all these years. I got it all wrong. I knew that one day there would be an emergency where I needed to channel that power. So I created these. That intro clip wasn't just for show, but a glimpse into what today would become.
I introduce to you the Gamma Gauntlets!
Excellent. This will be a more fun fight for the two of us. Come on, show me what those gloves can do.
Fury mode, activate! Wah, 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 wah.
Finally, you got a big hit off of me. Took long enough. But even then, you're not even even close to my unlimited power. Why are you putting so much effort into avoiding the truth? You're making it harder for yourself. Come on, you're on the spectrum, right? Autistics? Always so rigid! You're resisting more than anyone else I've ever controlled, no matter how outmatched and broken you are in this fight. Your persistence is why you shall die! Even if you defeat me, you won't have the power to continue, you two. Face it, I've already won.
Why does it matter, Khalidi? I don't need YouTube anymore. I can be the best person who I can be without it. See you in hell, Khalidi. My fist is unbending. Austin Massacre. Smash! So instead of giving a single score for each of the 6 games, I'll be rating the entire series as a whole at the end of part 2 of this episode. Well, a promise is a promise, guys. The Wii series has so much variety and crap. I don't have time for this. As fun as they are, the motion controls make them flawed. The series gets a 7 out of 10. Uppercut. Boom. Goodbye, the ManiacZach. Hey everyone, I just want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Colin. He played Khalidi in this video and we've been friends for several years. Even though we didn't have much time to film those last few scenes, he was still really cooperative. Without him, this entire project that I've been working on for the last 2.5 months would not be possible. So I really appreciate that he was able to help me film this video. I also want to give a massive thank you to everyone for the unbelievable support you've given me over the last 4 years. Even if your name specifically isn't mentioned in the special thanks section, you being this far in the video really means a lot to me, and you deserve that same level of appreciation. Unfortunately, life is not the same as it was when I started creating videos. YouTube was a hobby purely. Even though I put a lot of passion into it, I didn't really have that much of an audience, and it was never planned to be a full-time job anyways. Now with college coming up, I need to focus on pursuing my main career as a game designer. That is why I will be leaving this channel. The ManiacZach's channel itself, alongside most of its videos, will remain, and I'll still be active on Twitter and Discord. For more information, please click on the link in the pinned comment. There is a slim chance that I will be able to return to YouTube to make content, but it will not be at the level of quality that I've been striving to do over the last couple of years. This video project really burnt me out, and with life's priorities shifting to thinking about the future and going to school, I just won't have time to do that anymore. But no matter what, after this, there will definitely be a commentary on both parts 1 and 2 of this Naka Reviews episode. There is a lot that went into the production, especially with part 2, that I would like to talk about, and I know you guys might be interested in the behind the scenes stuff, so I will be glad to share it with you guys. But until the day comes where I come back to YouTube and make content, I am leaving. Goodbye, YouTube, until we meet again.